Hello, welcome back to Turnovision. All right, Melodifestivalen 2026 is down to the finalists, and once again, Sweden has given us one of the biggest and most talked about national selections in all of Eurovision.
So we watched Melodifestivalen first time, right? And it feels like something huge. Like it's a huge production, tons of songs, and a massive variety of styles.
Yeah.
It was interesting, something new for us.
Yeah, exactly. So whether you like the Swedish pop machine or sometimes roll your eyes at how polished it all is, you can't deny it that they know how to produce a show.
They do. So today we are going through every song from this year's lineup that went to the final, sharing our thoughts and what worked, what didn't, and which entries really stood out for us.
Yeah, you ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's start with Medina and Viva l'Amour.
Yeah, this song feels like a giant celebration from the first second.
Yeah, it's one of those entries where the entire vibe is built upon unity and partying together.
Yeah, you can imagine thousands of people in an arena shouting the chorus back.
Yeah, exactly. It's upbeat, positive, and designed to bring people together.
The performers really reinforce that too. They are not just singing, they are celebrating.
You know, it almost feels like a festival anthem.
And that sing-along moment, completely undeniable.
Yeah, even if you only hear it once, you can already imagine how the crowd's gonna react, right? Well done.
Okay, next we have Saga Ludvigsson with Ain't Today.
Someday you'll forgive me, but it ain't today.
Now, this one clearly taps into the country western influence that's been popping up everywhere recently.
Country's having a moment global right now.
Yeah, you're not lying. Okay, the chorus is catchy enough, right? But the live vocals didn't quite hit the mark for me.
Yeah, there were a few moments where it felt a bit shaky.
Yeah, the staging felt slightly mismatched with the song, too.
The choreography actually worked better than the set design to me.
Right, which is kind of funny because usually it's the other way around.
I do think she has potential.
Yeah, definitely. She might come back stronger in the future.
Someday, she might win. But not today.
Now, Cimberly, I'm guessing it's Kimberly with Eternity.
Yeah, this entry actually stood out a little more than I expected.
The lighting design, fantastic. Really
Agree,
good.
yeah. It matched the emotional tone of the song really well.
And interestingly, the vocals improved as the performance went on.
Yeah. She seemed to grow into the song.
Yeah, I think she gained a lot of confidence. The choreography was smart too. It was balanced, not too distracting. It worked really well.
Yeah. Also shout out to the backend singers actually participating in the performance. I love when that happened.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I love when they're part of the show rather than just standing there. They're definitely a part of it. They deserve to be recognized, and it's fun to see them kind of come out and participate, right? 12 feet from stardom, whatever it is. Cool.
All right. Smash into pieces with the song Hollow.
So, visually, this is one of the coolest entries by far.
Yeah, the staging, the costume, the lighting, everything looks incredible.
It's a very modern pop with a slightly edgy aesthetic, I guess.
Yeah, the singer fits the genre really well.
Yeah, although I wouldn't mind seeing just a little bit more presence from him.
Yeah, I agree with that. But overall, it works exactly as intended.
Yeah, it's accessible, it's polished, and it fits the genre perfectly.
Yeah. And remember that moment when the set rises?
Yeah, huge wow moment. I think that's going to be a big one in the live performance. If they make it through,
Yeah, that would be really
that's
big.
a really cool moment. Very cool. Next, we have Lilla Al-Fadji, I think, with the song Delulu. Pretty sure I got that one right.
This one clearly leans into the comedy side of Melodifestivalen.
Yep, it's the classic funny guy entry.
Yeah, the vocal, let's say, they are not the highlight.
No, definitely not. But the melody is weirdly infectious, right?
It is. And the gimmick around the word Delulu definitely sticks in your head.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, though, the whole thing kind of feels more like a sketch, right? Than a Eurovision entry, to a degree.
Yeah, exactly. It never quite reaches the next level. It kind of teases you, but never like give you full satisfaction and fully completed idea, you know?
Yeah, I get I get the feeling, rather, though, that despite all of that, it's going to be rather popular.
Yeah. But it will need a lot of work to really bring it to true comedy entry to Eurovision.
It does. Don't count it out, is all I'm saying.
Okay, now Sanna Nielsen with Waste Your Love.
Mmm.
Don't waste your love.
Hate wasted love. This reminded me a little bit of Iceland's entry from a couple of years ago. You remember that?
Yeah, but not quite as strong, if I'm honest.
No, I think that was a better performance. This live performance felt just a little rough.
Yeah, some timing issues and a few pitch problems.
Yeah. Overall, the song itself is pretty straightforward.
Even a bit basic.
Yeah, but of course, we get the Swedish laser jail.
Of course, it's
Points.
must.
Points. Swedish laser jails. It's the thing to do.
It wouldn't be Melodifestivalen without lasers, okay?
So the stage did look kind of empty at first, right? A little bit of a void there.
But it only really filled out visually towards the end, when all those explosions, everything happened, and it just suddenly moved from 0 to 10 in like 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, those were good. It just kind of felt like too little too late.
Yeah.
To a degree, maybe. I didn't hate this entry, but I don't think it's the strongest.
Yeah, agree.
So, Meira Omar brings something different with Dooset Daram.
Dooset, Daram.
This entry is much more intense than most Melodifestivalen songs.
Sure is. The big gang vocal, right? I love a big gang vocal where tons of people are singing together, right? That chorus, it really creates a strong mood.
Yeah, and the choreography is very central to the performance.
Yeah, which sometimes means the vocals take a back seat.
Yeah, that could be risky at Eurovision.
But the song definitely has a certain magic to it. So, maybe, right?
Yeah, it feels very carefully directed.
Yeah, I think it's very polished, has some potential.
Very catchy. The main problem that vocals are not matching the current level of vocals needed for Eurovision.
True.
Next, we have Bengtsson with Honey Honey.
Yeah.
Honey, honey, take it from me, strip it to the bone.
So this also will tap into that country influence sound that we mentioned earlier.
But it mostly uses the visual elements of the genre.
Yeah, the visual elements. It's kind of surface stuff, right? It doesn't really take the big, powerful elements from country western. It just kind of gives you a taste of it, right? In particular, the vocals, right?
Yeah.
They themselves don't really lean into that traditional country style.
Agree. The choreography works perfectly for this.
Yeah, choreography, set, costumes, all of that looks really polished and makes sense with the music.
For international audience, this could be actually very easy introduction to like country genre.
Yeah, I think so. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a criticism. That's a great thing, in fact. All right, now we have 18s with Iconic.
Ice make it iconic.
Once you realize it's basically a tribute to ABBA, the whole performance clicks. Like it makes sense.
Yeah, I think when we first saw that, we didn't
know
quite
that.
catch on. It was a little weird that they were 18s in their 40s. But I think that makes a lot more sense now. So there is a huge nostalgia factor here.
Yeah, in Sweden and maybe other countries where they well known.
Yeah, I think the big question is, how is it going to translate to Eurovision, though, right? Not just Sweden, but global, Europe in particular as a whole. How is it going to translate to them?
Agree, it doesn't feel super modern.
No, it doesn't. It feels like it's really kind of leaning on that nostalgia, but you can't deny it is very polished.
It is. These are professionals, and they're professionals in everything what they do. It looks very, can criticize.
Yeah, and again, points for Lasertip.
Okay, next is Brandsta City Släckers.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
incorrect pronunciation.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the song. I really won't. But this might be the biggest sing-along of the entire competition.
Yeah, it is. The energy here is incredible.
Yeah, so doing a little bit of research and knowing that these guys are actual Swedish firefighters, Makes it even cooler.
Yeah, it really makes it like something special. It represents community and working class culture in a very genuine way.
Super fun as well.
Yeah, honestly, it would be amazing to see them win.
Yeah. Realistically, probably a long shot, but
But it would be fun.
It would be great. I would love to watch that song 10 more times as the contest rolls on, right?
Yeah. Now, Felicia with My System.
So, okay, this might be one of the strongest, if not the strongest entry of the competition.
The mask has symbolism. Now we know her story.
Yep.
Also, many viewers might not immediately understand it.
We certainly didn't, and it does seem a little weird. You know, I think it doesn't hurt to do a little bit of research, but remember, not everybody's going to.
Yeah.
We certainly don't before we watch a lot of this kind of stuff. So, you know, the symbolism, maybe it needs a little bit more of a backup to really make sense. I don't know. I still think it's cool. No criticism.
It's her choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever she wants.
So
yeah.
musically, this is very modern.
And extremely catchy.
Yeah, the performance feels polished, confident.
You can see why a Swedish audience responds to it. It really has international popularity potential.
Yeah.
They have good production, they have a team behind her, she already has something like 1 million views.
Yeah.
So obviously it's the most popular entry.
Yeah, clearly, and it's not hard to see why this would do really well in the competition, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, finally we have Greczula with Half of Me.
This entry really stood out to me.
Yeah, so his voice is intriguing. He has natural charisma. He has a great look, everything very appealing, right?
Agree.
Everything going on.
There's a classic rock influence here, almost like Queen-like.
A little bit, yeah, I can definitely see that kind of big opera rock kind of thing going on, right? And it's great. He doesn't need crazy staging. In fact, he really doesn't need any staging. Choreography, backup dancers, any of it.
Agree. The performance works because of him and his charisma.
He's the star, he's the spectacle, he's the whole performance. He's confident, again, the presence, and it's a really strong song. I like this one quite a bit. This might be my favorite.
Agree. So, what do you think? Who should represent Sweden? What was the strongest?
Yeah, I think people are probably going to pick Felicia, right? And I don't disagree with it. I think it was a very strong performance, right? There's a lot of intrigue and mystery to it too, which I think may lend itself well to the competition. If I had to pick my favorite, it'd probably be Greczula or the Släckers, the firefighters. They're a lot of fun.
Also, the smash pieces. Did I say it correct?
Smashing into pieces. Yeah. That
could be cool
really
too.
Good too. I did like that. You know, I think all of those were standouts this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was the winner.
Yeah, this is what I would do. I would pick among these 4 entries.
Yeah, but what would you pick? What's your favorite? Now that we have the 12 finalists, who are you going to vote for? Who are you gunning for here in Melodifestivalen? Let us know in the comments. We love seeing those comments. Thank you so much for those. Like, subscribe. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Turn your vision now.